Good day, lords and ladies of the internet. I am your host today, the Parafox Archangel, the English gentleman of the internet, and I welcome you back to the library of Ruina, where last time we took on the J-Corp office, as well as the Wound office. I shouldn't say J-Corp office, that's not what they call it. We took on J-Corp. And the week before that, we took on the Cold Sun. So logically, I would want to be able to do this floor, the triple floor, but unfortunately, I've been having a couple of problems. What the fuckity fuck? So yeah, I've got no clue what's happening with that, so we can't do that this week. So we're gonna have to find something else, such as this right here, which is the Thorn office, I believe. The Thorn Workshop, sorry. Meaty. Uncle, we're back! Earlier than expected, huh? Hehehe, it was a piece of cake if you asked me to do this much for my skills. Huh, listen, do you understand how much you're annoying me with your non-stop bickering? Hey, but we did a good job! I don't usually say I'm good at that. As for a grade 3 fixer who can't even concentrate on her work... Come on, stop fighting. So, how did you handle this one? There's nothing we can't handle. It was just to put some barbed wire around a building to keep people out. You said it wouldn't be dangerous, that's why I sent you to. It was enough for me to go alone, that crazy Meaty. But since I went with you, we wrapped up pretty quickly and you didn't get bored. You were the one that got bored and even slept. I did almost all of the work. I did all the parts that you, my sister, couldn't reach. Are you really taking credit for doing as little as that? If you didn't do at least that much, you'd be dead by my hands. If it wasn't me, you'd still be hitting the barbed wires. You're as short as a little boy, so you couldn't even reach the fence. There's nothing you can't say to your heavenly sister. You're talking like an oldie again. Are you messing with me, you punk? Stop, my ears hurt. So, did you do anything besides all that? On our way back, my sister bought me a sandwich at the Ham Pang Pang. You had a sandwich and talked a lot. She kept talking on her way back, so I had to cover her mouth with something to bite. Exactly. Too many words. What do you both even mean? Nothing good, right? Well, I'm glad everything went fine other than that. Let's stop the chit-chat. I'll explain our next job, so listen carefully. Another request came in, commissioned by the workshop where everything is ruined. It's not even a request. It's just what the boss told us to do. So the boss made a request. Something else to do. Have you ever heard about the library? The library is definitely an urban nightmare. It was, until recently. Now it's a star of the city. Not too long ago, it was an urban nightmare, but it quickly rose to a star of the city. That's really raising the stakes at an unimaginable rate. Uncle, don't tell me that we have to go to the library. Correct. The boss asked me to go to the library. Why are you going to the library? Do you have a book to look for? The books you get from the people there will help promote the workshop. All the stuff written in them will be useful too. What's up with that reasoning? You must have your own thoughts on this. I don't really understand, though. A star of the city all of a sudden. I'm nervous. I'm nervous as well. But what can I do? If they want me to do it, I have to. Even so. What? Me and Buzz are going together? Do you think we're going to screw up? Of course not. If Big Sis and Uncle if it's Big Sis and Uncle together, then there won't be any problems. If you know, don't whine and get ready to go. That's right. Even if you cry, it won't change the situation at hand. Just do it as usual, and it's enough. Get in, fight hard, get out, and it's over. What in the world could be more simple? Easy for you to say. Okay, if you don't overdo it, it'll be fine. When this is over, I'll buy you something delicious. You better keep your word, sis. Then make preparations as soon as possible, because I'm leaving soon. Thorn Workshop. It's been a while since I heard that name.
Do you know anything about it?
Only roughly. It used to be a popular workshop.
Popular? Don't you think it's the other way around by listening to them?
I don't know the exact details, but I heard that one of the products they were selling had a big problem and had to close down after having to pay a huge compensation. Well, looking at the guys we just saw, it doesn't look like they're out of business. That doesn't mean things are looking good, though.
Do you know what equipment they use?
I heard they use barbed wires and sharp thorns. Other than that...
Not very helpful information, but if it's the book of fixers from a collapsing workshop, I think it should have some pretty interesting stuff written in it.
Certainly. I think it's going to be a little different from ordinary workshop fixers.
Then I'll get ready and greet the guests. You can receive them.
Yes, I'll do as you say, ma'am. By the way, no matter how you look at those barbed wires, I think they're going to hurt a lot if you get poked.
Just get ready to entertain them in your spare time.
An old-fashioned place, just as I heard.
So huge! I think it's bigger than most small buildings in the city. It's so bright that it hurts my eyes. Welcome, dear guests. I am Angela, and director of my librarian of my role's namesake. Truss, fixer of the Thorn Workshop. Nice to meet you.
Likewise, Buzz, fixer of the Thorn Workshop.
And my name's Meaty. Yes, I'm glad to see you. I'm sure you know why we're here. I'm sure you know we're here to get the books. Should we go there to proceed? Yes, you can go straight in.
I was a little nervous, but you are kinder than I thought.
It's nice to be kind, but you can't ignore boundaries. Be careful, especially Mr. Buzz, as he is getting older.
I won't deny it, but...
This library and the invitations, no matter how much I think about it, I really don't understand. Who can possibly understand all this? There's no point in dragging it out, so let's hurry in. May you find your book in this place.
Well, 2 floors, 2 acts. And they look kinda normal. Man, I'm not gonna lie, I kinda want to try out the new guys. But they're just so overpowered that I don't think it'll that they'll just get they'll just annihilate. What have we got then? Thorn Workshop. It looks like they're all the same. So, Thorn Manipulation. At the start of the scene, if this character has 6 or more thorns, gain 1 haste. At the start of the scene, gain 3 thorns. Okay. Sharp Barbed Wire. On hit, gain thorns. On hit, gain thorns. Thorns. When hit, deal X damage to the attacker and subtract 1/3 of the thorn stack. Can stack up to 15. Increase outgoing damage by half of thorns on self. Interesting. So it kind of works like bleed, but we are the ones affected by it, and we delete your... And it's... It works by being hit. Reorganize. Gain thorns. Barbed Wire Shield. Combat start. Upon this scene... During this scene, upon winning a clash with defensive die, deal damage to the opponent equal to the thorns on self. Okay. No entry. If user has 6+ thorns, give 2 thorns to all allies. Okay. If user has 4+ thorns, draw 2 pages. Forced augmentation. Gain 6 thorns and 2 fragile next scene. Alright. If user has 6+ thorns, inflict 1 fragile next scene. Question. Considering it says it reduces the amount by 1/3, does that mean it can never reduce below 2? Kind of like how bleeding works. Or does it slowly tick down at the end of each combat like normal as well? Maintenance finished. Thorn management over. I hope this ends without many losses. Let's go. Well, I'm sure we're about to find out. Alright, let's see how the first round goes. Go. First up, ow. Burn. Surprised that failed so hard. Right, they're all beginning to burn. Which is what we want. We like it when they burn. Right. I imagine you're about to take a lot of damage, because I'm not sure if these thorns, like, applies to mass attacks. So let's find out. Yes, it does. Ouch. Okay, so no, thorns aren't forever. They can lower down and die. Alright, go. First things first, boom. Remove all their stagger and whatnot. And make sure they die. One way or another. Glorious. So this Thorn Workshop actually can hit quite hard and be quite deadly and painful. Alright, so let's take a look at the three named characters. So, Trust, Rage. Restore one additional light at the start of each scene. At the end of the sixth scene, starting with the sixth scene, if there are no other allies alive, enter the state of Rage. If this character has Rage, mass attack Thorn Outrage is used this scene. Huh. Okay. Thornfield. At the start of the scene, give one Thorn to all allies. On a successful hit, gain 2 Thorns, up to 3 times the scene. That's quite a nice passive. Thorn Whip. Offensive die, gain power equal to 1/3 of Thorns on self, up to +3. Battle ready. Draw 2 more pages at the start of the act. Thorny Cloak. Buzz. Master. At the start of the scene, if this character has 5 or more Thorns, gain 1 haste. If this character has 7 or more Thorns, gain 1 strength 2. Upon winning a clash, gain 2 Thorns, up to 3 times per scene. Wait, so that's winning a clash, and you are, upon hit, a successful hit. Pair of Thorny Gloves. Increase outgoing stagger damage by half of Thorns on self. Okay. Meaty. Thorn Armor. At the start of the scene, if this character has 4 or more Thorns, gain 1 protection, stagger protection. When hit, deal stagger damage equal to stacks of Thorns on self to the attacker. Oh, so you do reflecting stagger damage as... Oh, Jesus, these are actually quite nice. Alright, so what unique abilities do you both have? Barbed Wire Reinforcement. Gain 2 Thorns and add Thornfield to hand. Okay, I guess we'll have to see what that is in combat. Fierce Attack. If user has 6+ Thorns, gain 1 strength. On Clash Win, inflict Feeble and Bleed to target. Maintenance of Wires. If user has 4+ Thorns, draw 2 cards. Barbed Wire. If user has 5+ Thorns, gain 1 protection and stagger protection. Strangulation. If user has 4+ Thorns, boost minimum and damage. Boost minimum roll of all die on this page by 2. If this die deals 10 or more damage, inflict 2 feeble and fragile next scene. Very nice, very nice. Stinging Attack. If user has 5+ Thorns, all die on this page gain +1 power. If die deals 8 or more damage, gain 4 Thorns, gain 4 Thorns for same reasoning. Alright, well. They seem very, very cool. So, and we got a second act, so let's see if Zhao and everyone can finish this off somehow. Start the combat? Why can't I start my combat? I'm starting to think I might have reached a critical mass of mods where just all of it is just collapsing in on itself now. Now, let's see and pray that the second page of this is going to work this time. Why don't you load? I'm really at the point where my game of Ruina is just fucked, aren't I? And it's just become unplayable. So screw it, let's try this dude. Yeah, you. Yeah, you. Let's see. Speed die +6. Okay. Restore 1 additional light and draw 1 page each scene. In each scene, first target to be hit gain emotional inhibition or mental paralysis next scene. Once per scene, respond to a one-sided attack with a 3 hit die, 3 to 6. When HP drops to, use special page. Cannot drop below half before that occurs. Suppression attack. If opponent has emotional inhibition or mental paralysis, the opponent dice power -1 and damage -1. Okay, cool. Debuff your enemies. Gang Hunter. At the end of the scene, gain 1 endurance, strength and endurance if there are no allies present. Well, there aren't. Rusted Broken Blade. Offensive die -1, deal +2 damage. Interesting. Broken Blade. Restore 2 light. If light is full, the dice on this page gain +2 power. On my way. Bunch of hits. Impact device. On use, deal 7 stagger damage. Ooh, okay. Oppression tactics. Start of clash. All die on this page deal +2 stagger damage. On hit, draw 1 card. Weakness detection. If opponent has emotional inhibition, restore 2 light. If opponent has mental paralysis, draw 2 pages. Still don't know what either of those do, so you know what? Screw it. Let's find out, and we'll use the new guys. I can't use the new guys! Why can't I play? Let me play the fucking game, damn it! Oh my god, I managed to get into a fight. Ah, yes! Well, I am so sorry for the lot of you. I didn't actually half expect that to work. It's where we are against these guys. So I should probably explain what I've done with these guys. We've got the big guy who's unkillable with all of his bonus stuff. He's also connected with Linked, if you remember that sort of gimmick, making him even more unkillable. We've got Super Omega Bleed right here. We've got a billion bullets and, well, Bludgeon Stagger. So, and then Little Miss everything. Okay, guys, let's see how round 1 manages to go. Yeah, I also gave her the ability that if she wins a clash, she repeats the dice. Which is very good with guns, quite frankly. Right. Now let's get the surprise gift, because I want to try this, because I haven't actually, you know, seen what it's properly like. So, in reality, we don't want to kill everything. What we want is to clash so that we can, you know, increase their emotion and everything. Thornfield, single use. On use, gain 3 thorns and restore 1 light. Add Keeper of the Thornfield to hand. Is that the last card you used, or is that a new one? Alright, go. Shoot, bang, whatever, you're now linked. We care about winning against the normal dudes because, quite frankly, that just gives us more stuff. Keeper of the Thornfield. Yeah, you're a different one. Mass attack, individual, single use, combat start. Gain thorns equal to the amount of allies alive, so 2. Okay. Alright, let's go. First things first. Pretty simple animation, that. Really. Well, I think Truss is dead. Now. Oh, not quite. Well, she is now, because she's got 2 HP and 2 bleed. But... and because of that, there's not really all too much point in clashing with her, because she can't rank up again, unfortunately. But... she can. And she probably will. You know, this is one of the best benefits to, well, her. But also, given the fact they're both above 3 now, it's probably time to just end this. Huh, 25 bleed, and you're not far off getting a second one. And I can't exactly... well, you're dead. There's no stopping that. And you... well, let's just end this. Come on! Boom, staggered. Boom, dead. Nommed. Sister? Damn it! Curtain call for the Thorn office. I've seen all kinds of workshops and weapons in my life as a fixer, but I still can't get used to them. A barbed wire growing right from the weapon? I never imagined anything like that.
What weapon did you use before entering the library?
I've tried a number of various things, just like other fixers.
Which weapon was the most common then?
I went from swords to guns to spears, just to find the one that fits my hand. I was changing weapons so often that it's hard to pick just one out of all of them.
Well, if it's okay if it's hard to answer. I'm not curious enough to get a clear answer for it.
But why are you asking all of a sudden?
You can handle any weapon now with the power of the library, but I'm just a bit curious which one you liked the most when you were a fixer.
It's quite impressive that you'd care so much about me.
Ha! I shouldn't have brought it up.
Do they have a second office?
Do the Thorn? No, just the one by themselves. Shame.
Right, so... we have their pages, which frankly aren't the highest power that I'm used to, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. I'm too used to having high power stuff, and I probably need to get used to the more lower end power of things. And I mean, these thorns are actually kind of cool. Especially when we combine it with things like this, like the Thornfield. At the start of the scene, give 1 thorn to all allies, and successful hit, gain 2 thorns. That's just really good. Increase outgoing stagger by the thorns. Gain thorns for winning clashes. And then thorn armor, so it allows thorns to do stagger damage too. Quite honestly, I imagine that both Buzz and Meaty are probably just passive fodder for Truss herself. But yes, now that I got that to work, maybe I'll get the other one to work that I mentioned earlier. And here he is, Yayu! Glad to have you here, Yayu. How you doing this day? I can't wait to see what this mental inhibition and everything is. Okay, Yayu. What have you got for me? I mean, I saw that you weren't the highest level of power, and so me using these particular guys against you probably seems a little extreme, to say the least. But mostly because the detective is doing well, and I've never actually seen her do that well before. But now that we've lost one of the effects, let's see what this mental inhibition and stuff is. Mental paralysis. When gaining emotional coins, 25% chance to clear emotional coins gained this time. Take 3 stagger damage when the character takes damage. Ouch! Big ouch! This feels like it might be one of those fights which is just going to take a while, just for the sake of it taking a while. Especially if I can win that sort of match with that. Oh, interesting. How did Urza get staggered then? Did Urza have something on her which made her... whatchamacallit? Right, you do something the moment you're staggered. You use a special page, but you're staggered, so you can't use that page. So needless to say, I feel I just need to let this play out. Just end a turn, just so you use that special page so we can see what it is. Full power. On use, deal 25 stagger damage to self. All die on this page, deal 5... All die on this page, deal 5 stagger damage. I admit, I'm not sure what I expected, but... Well, granted, you did hit all of us with that. So, well done. We're just here slowly knocking down your smoky self. How? You have 8 haste. Jesus Christ, Urza. Should I give you the Miu passive? Alright, you, Yayu. I think this is your last round of survival. I think I need to start putting a better power scaling on myself. Like a limiter. Rest in peace. Gang Hunter Yayu. Thank you, Gang Hunter Yayu. Well, we've had a couple of good fights, mostly a bunch of errors and everything. So, and what I did to fix them was turn off the base mod, which tends to be the problem for a lot of these things. So I can only but so, I'm not even going to try that yet. I'm going to burn a book. And Yayu seems to be the exact same as he was before, which is, yeah, kind of cool. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing if I can make a build with these Thorn people. Because the Thorns are definitely the ones that intrigue me. Especially just because they have a lot of potential amongst each other. I mean, look at, what is it? Like 4, 5, and 3. That's a perfect 12. In other words, they are designed to just go on to trust and just make the perfect ultimate reflection person. I wonder what that would be like if I combined it with the psychic catalyst. Huh. So not only do we have reflection, but we also reflect to everyone, in a sense. Huh. Huh. Well, everyone! I'm just gonna give a quick check to the mod that was not working earlier. We see here that now it is working, and that it is literally just the base mod that seems to just screw everything up. And so, yeah, that's just the way it is. So, we'll do this next time, and that giant recording I made of the 40-minute cutscene before this fight, well, you can enjoy that next week. For you see, everyone, I'm all out of time for today's episode, so what can I say other than thank you all for joining me today. I've been your host, the Parafox Archangel, the English gentleman of the internet, and I hope to see you all again next time. But I'm afraid that, until then, it is time for me to bid thee all farewell, good day, and finally, good night.